Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now coming into our last one, certainly not least, but Polar. And Polar has forever been a name in heart rate monitoring, wearable technology. Quite frankly, it's what we've compared everything to in the Polar H10s for the gold standard. And so what we're going to look at here is the Polar Vantage. And it's their new wrist unit, extremely powerful, can do a lot of great things. But we wanted to see and take a look at what it does from our sleep, HRV, heart rate standpoint. Now, if we take a look at what it does from a sleep standpoint, it's actually really quite accurate. And I know we showed this earlier on with both Aura and Whoop, how they both were able to get some form of sleep data, be able to understand the highs and lows, the different cycles from the REM sleep, light sleep, deep sleep, and so does the Vantage. Now, is it as accurate as what we would like it to be? No, it's not 100%, but if we take a look at the overarching numbers, it's actually really, really adequate. So it actually is better than what we saw from Whoop. It's better than what we saw from Aura in estimation. So it actually got almost bang on for our deep sleep. It was a little underestimated on the light. It was almost bang on in the REM cycle, but a little overestimated in the awake phase. Now, that could have been because of extra movement or whatever it may be. But what's important to know is that this is a real quality tool for measuring the amount of sleep and the quality sleep in which we are getting. Now, with that being said, we now take a look at what it looks like from an exercise standpoint. And when we see the exercise standpoint in the heart rate, we see that it's actually, again, not too bad in identifying the heart rate. And you can see, again, it still sprays a little bit around. It's not near what the Apple Watch is when measuring strictly heart rate, but it still has the ability to be fairly accurate if given time. So now if we actually compare it to our heart rate and we take a look at in a long form and long duration again, we can see that again, it's bang on. It's again, following that Polar H10, basically two products exactly the same, one on your wrist, one on your chest, measuring almost identical. There's a little bit of discrepancy, but again, very, very little. Now, when we come in and we take a look at our accuracy from a intermittent bout standpoint, we can see that there is, again, more discrepancy, not getting to the peaks in which it needs to, and is unable to respond as quickly. So that's something to, again, keep in mind when using the Polars, that it's great for sleep, but not quite so great, again, unless we're using that heart rate strap and heart rate monitor. So again, kind of looking at all of these together, we can come to a conclusion that there's not one that is really, really good at absolutely everything. We have to understand what we're looking for. Now, every single one that I just mentioned, Polar, Garmin, Fitbit, Apple, Aura, Whoop, extremely, extremely good at measuring HRV. Why? Because we come back to those baselines of understanding that at low intensities, when there's little variation in heart rate, they're really accurate at picking that up. So any single one can be really accurate and really good for measuring HRV. You know how much of a fan I am of HRV and how important of a tool it is. Just make sure that that can be paired with an app or something else that pulls that data in and can be analyzed at a high level of integrity. Two is if we are looking for a wearable that is going to be most accurate in pulling heart rate information without a strap, the Apple Watch wins. Straight up, if we're going to be doing some type of activity on a bike or doing some weightlifting session, the Apple Watch is actually really good if we're just wanting to use it off of the wrist. But what we have to know is that it's a very expensive tool, and if it gets broken, it's a bill that I necessarily wouldn't want to be paying. So in looking at that, both your Oura Ring and your Whoop Band can actually be really great if we are not doing, not wanting it live. Obviously, Whoop has the live option over Aura, but again, the two are still missing out on some of those high intensity bouts. When you're getting up to those higher heart rates and then dropping them right away, especially in weightlifting sessions. And then when it comes to sleep, Aura, Apple Watch, Whoop, really want to use those for quantity of sleep. Amazing for our tracking quantity of sleep. But if we want the most accurate quality, we're going to want to go with that Polar Vantage. So make sure you guys subscribe here. Make sure you guys make sure you guys comment. Ask me any questions that you want regarding these, because these tools, although they're expensive, can really help us make quality decisions down the road as we're wanting to impart and improve our health and really get some metrics that we can take hard, actionable action on that will produce the results we're looking for. Until next time, guys, stay healthy, stay strong, and go own it.